Yo guys, what's good? My name is Callum Dolby and welcome back to another video. So this is going to be my matchday vlog for Arsenal under-21s in the leasing.com trophy group stage. That is a very long name to remember, but managed to do it. So yeah, let's get into this this mini preview. I'm going to go through your guys' predictions on Twitter and also the group stage, what it's currently looking like. So yeah, let's go straight to the group stage and see what the table's looking like now. So here it is. We are in Southern Group H, the last group on the website, which is convenient, I guess, for posh. But yeah, we've got us in first, second Northampton, third Arsenal, and fourth Cambridge, who haven't played a game yet. So if we win this game, we are through no matter what, whether it's going to be first or second. So it'll be good to get through the group. Now, I don't particularly agree with this competition at points. I'll show you that in a sec. But for us football league clubs, it does give us a bit of extra cash. So I'm all for that, but as I scroll up these pages, you'll see like a lot of under-21s teams, like West Ham are top of their group, Brighton, Man United are second, joint top, Wolves the same, Man City are top of their group and already through. So this is something I don't necessarily agree with, because if the under-21s are filled in that strong of a team to just go straight through the group stages, I hope it doesn't get to a point where it's two under-21 teams in the final, because the spirit of this trophy really is to get two Football League clubs to Wembley. That's how it felt back when Posh went in 2014, when it was called the Johnson's Paint Trophy against Chesterfield. You know, loads of fans there. It was just a good day out and a chance for us to see our team at Wembley, which obviously compared to these higher teams, our chances are a lot slimmer, so it's just a nice day out. But enough rambling about that. Let's get into your guys' predictions on Twitter. So yeah, we're just going to flick over here. Our first one's coming in from @ChrisCook1979, who's saying 2-0 to Arsenal without them getting in second gear. I said obviously it depends who they put out. Northampton beat them as well, so if they can beat them, we should be able to beat them as well. But we'll see what team they put out. They could just, you know, just absolutely destroy us, but hopefully that doesn't happen. And then this is the main tweet that I put out, so it's @CallumDolby __ on Twitter. So if you want your Twitter handle, or you want some sort of feature in these vlogs, then make sure to follow me on Twitter, and yeah, you'll be in. So Matthew Beebe saying 2-1, @Townsend Shane 7 saying 3-1 with Kanu getting a double and Burrows getting one. Simon Parker 1987 is saying 3-1 with Kanu, Dembele and Tazdemir all scoring. @Ben Beebe PUFC, shout out to him for putting my channel across in his last video. He's saying 2-1 Posh, Kanu, Dembele for Posh and Smith Rowe for Arsenal, obviously if he isn't injured. I did a bit of research and he did get a concussion, but I'm not sure how recent that was. So we'll see if he plays. It'll be good to see a player of that calibre down at London Road. But yeah, so last prediction is Jared Farmer saying 2-1 Posh, Kanu double. So yeah, a lot of love for Kanu in these replies, and I can see why. He played very well at Doncaster. He scored against Northampton in the first group stage game, and he seems to be going from strength to strength, and he's only 19, so hopefully he'll be one for the future. And if someone leaves in the summer like Tony or Isa, I doubt it, but if they do, hopefully Kanu can step up, because we need him to, really, if one of them gets injured either. So yeah, I'd just like to shout out as well the Yellow Block podcast for having me on yesterday. I took part in a segment called Blockbusters, which airs at the end of their podcast. It's like sort of like a quiz. So I'll put the links to that on my Twitter when that podcast becomes available, with a timestamp so you guys can go and watch that. It was very fun to be on, and I also got to talk to Posh co-owner Randy Thompson as well, so that was yeah, that was really cool. All very genuine and nice blokes, so yeah, if you need me again, guys, you know where to find me. But yeah, let's get down to London Road now. When the lineups come out, obviously I'll show them as well, but for now, guys, I'll see you when I get down to the ground. Peace. Right, so we've got the starting lineups for both teams here. I pretty much got this starting 11 for Posh bang on, apart from Butler starting instead of Blake Tracy, even though Fergie said he was going to start. So, I mean, I'll take that as 11 out of 11. But yeah, we've got for Arsenal, the only player I know there is Mavropanos, who's I think he's played about 6 or 7 games for the first team, so we'll see how he does in defence. But yeah, apart from that, I don't know any of the Arsenal team, and even some of the posh bench, Rudek, Gregory, Harris, not really too sure, but you know, it's always good to give youth a chance. So the game's 10 minutes away, but yeah, hopefully we can pick up a win. Got Kanu here. Woodyard in the middle, shoot! Ward, shoot! That's him. Finally a shot. Jesus Christ, we're 42 minutes in, I think that's the first shot back on target. Yeah, Arsenal got a free kick here about 25 yards out. Let's see what they do. Number 72. We got an Arsenal under 21 free kick on the left hand side here. Quite a difficult angle though, he's going to have to cross it, which he does. Straight out. Quality in this game has really been lacking. Right, so we've just got to half time and not really much to report from that one in all honesty. Pretty bad quality from both teams. Most of like free kicks and corners hitting the first man. Just going over completely. It's not been a great watch, but hopefully it'll get better in the second half. But I'm not really holding out too much hope at the minute. But yeah, let's see what the second half brings. Come on, Burrows here. Absolutely skied, isn't it? Come on. Breaker Dembele does good skills. Tastamir out to Woodyard. Woodyard's in the box. I don't know if he knows what he's doing. What's this? What's going on? Burrows has got it. That's a Woodyard in. It's Butter on the left. Burrows free. Still free. Butter's got himself. Play it. Shoot! Ward here. Has a strike. I don't know how that went in, to be honest. I think it took a deflection and just went past the keeper. But yeah, Joe Ward with a goal. Hopefully the game will liven up a bit now. Burrows to Dembele. Tastamir to Butler. Butler's racing into the box, plays it across. Tastamir! What the hell was that? That was the weakest shot. That was the weakest shot I've ever seen. Straight at the keeper. That was terrible. That was one on the left there. He's bursting through the middle. He's going all the way. Butler with his weak foot. Cracking shot. I think we're about 19 minutes in now. But yeah. That's it. 1-0. I mean, it wasn't a brilliant game to watch, but yeah, we're through now, so that's what matters. But I guess I'll speak to you guys when I get home. Right, so it's Wednesday morning now, so I thought I'd just quickly record my player ratings and a bit of a review about the match. So I'm going to go straight in with my player ratings now, so I'll start off with the goalkeeper, Christy Pym. He was fine, didn't really have too much to do. He only kicked it out once, which is a significant improvement on Saturday, where he just kept kicking it out over and over again. So I'm pretty happy that, you know, he's sort of learnt his lesson from Saturday, so I'll bump his grade up to a 6. I believe I gave him a 4 last time. So yeah, right back was my man of the match and the sponsors as well. It's Joe Ward. He played well. He was the only one, especially in the first half when both teams weren't really creating anything. He was the one who was taking the ball and sort of going at Arsenal, so I'll give him a 7. Obviously his shot was deflected, but it was still on target anyway. I believe the keeper probably would have saved it if it didn't take a deflection, but all good with Joe. And then on right centre back, I actually got this right in my predicted lineup. It was kind of a guess, but I didn't even know if he's still at the club or not, but it was Sam Cartwright, the young centre back. Now, in the first half, he looked quite nervy. He played a couple of suicide passes towards our midfield, which nearly led Arsenal in on goal. So I can't really give him much more than a 6, so I'm going to go 5.5 for Cartwright. Improved in the second half, but yeah, he had a really shaky first half. Reece Bennett's up next to him. Now, I thought he was actually really good. He won pretty much everything that came towards him. He kept the Arsenal front 3, I think it was, or front 2, quite quiet. And yeah, I was quite impressed actually. Obviously last season he wasn't exactly a fan's favourite, but yeah, I don't think he played too badly at all, so I'll give him a 6.5. So moving on to left back, obviously we had Dan Butler yesterday. Even though Fergie said Blake Tracy was going to play, I'm still quite bitter over that because I would have got every single player in the starting 11 right, but whatever. So yeah, we had Dan Butler and he played very well. Improvement on his performance a couple of weeks ago against Donny, and with Blake Tracy not really playing too well either. You know, it's good to have that competition in left back, or any position on the pitch really, but it is quite worrying that both of our left backs are being quite inconsistent. Obviously Blake Tracy coming back and not having his best game against Wimbledon, and then the week before Butler not having his best game against Donny. That is quite worrying, but hopefully one of them will start to get some form consistently. So moving on to the player at the base of the diamond, that was Kyle Barker. He played very well, I think. Considering his age, I believe he's 17, and yeah, he played that holding midfield role really well. I did expect Woodyard to play there, but he was deployed on the right side. But yeah, Barker was fine. He was composed on the ball, found his man most of the time, and he's a left footer as well. But yeah, I'll give him a 6.5. I think he played well considering the occasion. And then the player we just talked about, Alex Woodyard. He was fine as well. It wasn't anything too amazing, but he got stuck in. I can say that. Jesus Christ, he was flying into tackles all over the place. But yeah, Woodyard was just a solid performance. You know what you're going to get from him, so I'll give him a 6. And then moving on to Harrison Burrows, who was on the left-hand side of the diamond. Another young prospect, I believe he's 17 as well, from our youth academy. He played well. He looked confident on the ball, was driving forward. And you know, it's just nice to see our academy actually bringing through these players. So yeah, for Burrows I'll give him a 6. And then moving on to our front 3. So at the tip of the diamond we had Serhat Tazdemir. Didn't have his best game, in all honesty. I don't think he really took his chance. He gave the ball away quite a lot, and there was a chance where he was pretty much on the penalty spot, and he side-footed it into the keeper's arms. It was literally like the weakest shot I've ever seen. He just didn't really take his chance when he got given it in the first team. I was quite disappointed with him actually, but still only a young lad, so he's got bags of time to improve. But for this game I'll give him a 5. And then moving on to Siriki Dembele up front, another player who I think didn't really take his chance. And when you're trying to compete against the likes of Tony, Isa and Maddison to get into the team, you really need to be taking your chances when you get given them, in all honesty. So he tried all of his usual flicks and tricks, but it just didn't really work. So I'll give him a 5 as well. Just wasn't his best day at the office at all. And then next to him we had Idris Kanu. Now he played very well again. He's very strong on the ball. Doesn't really give it away hardly ever. And yeah, he was absolutely fine. I'll give him a 6.5. And now Serhat Tazdemir got subbed off for Ricky J. Jones, a 16-year-old striker who is bloody hell, he's big for 16, I can tell you that. And he is absolutely rapid, I can tell you that. He's one for the future, definitely. He picked up the ball about on the halfway line and literally just sprinted right at the Arsenal defence, and they all just they didn't know what to do with him, and he was hurrying them all game when he did come on. I think he came on about 15 minutes from time, and I was very impressed with him. I hope he over the next couple of seasons gets a look into the first team in the league. So I'll give him a 6.5. Now the fans, there was actually 3,000 or just over 3,000 there, How many of them actually paid for the tickets, I'm not sure, because it was free for season ticket holders, but always happy to see, you know, more fans than usual at these sorts of games. So yeah, I'll give them an 8. They're actually singing quite a lot, which is quite strange for one of these games. You don't really see an atmosphere, but there you go. And then the manager, I'll give him a 7. I think playing all these youth players was a good strategy, and yeah, I'm pretty happy. We're through to the groups. Like I said, we just had to win this game and then we're through, so we don't have to worry. It's a dead rubber pretty much against Cambridge, so we don't really have to worry about playing our starting 11, but there's an argument that it is Cambridge, you know, local rivals. We sort of have to put our best team out, but I don't think Fergie will. He's quite stubborn. I believe he'll put out a team similar to this, a second string team, maybe with O'Malley in goal, who knows. But yeah, that's the end of this match day vlog. Leave a like if you enjoyed, comment down below if you agreed with my player ratings, my review and my general thoughts of the game. Make sure you subscribe down below, it's the big red button, and click the bell next to it to be notified whenever I upload, so you can catch the videos first. My name is Callum Dolby, thanks for watching, I hope you have a good day, and as always, cheers.